TIFU by leaving a creepy note on my neighbor's porch. So actually happened a couple days ago, but whatever. I live in a family neighborhood and I am single, so it has been kind of difficult to meet people. I noticed someone who recently moved in and they set up their front porch super nicely. So in an effort to try and be friendly, I bought a 6-pack of seltzer. High noons for those wondering. And left a note. I drive by your house every day and love your porch. It really brightens the neighborhood. Let me know if you ever want to do some porch sitting. ########, your neighbor on the corner. Lo and behold, the person in question seems to be a single woman. I left it on their porch and have heard nothing. Now I realize telling a stranger that I drive by their house every day could be very suspicious in IDK how to make it not creepy anymore. That's about it. But this sub is telling me I need 750 characters to post, so I am adding filler so they let me express my feelings. TL. Dear left a note in my neighbor's porch and I think it may be creepy, but I was trying to make friends. Edit. When I left the note I did not know who was living in the house. Only after did I see who it was. Which adds to the creepiness since I am still monitoring my surrounding. Also, I have decided to let it die. Edit. Seems to be the consensus is that it was not creepy. The neighbor has no obligation to respond, and all I really wanted to do was welcome them to the neighborhood. If you didn't clarify you live nearby, then it would be creepy. But since you live so close and say so, it makes it pretty clear why you said it. Hopefully they understand. Might just be shy. The power play now is knocking on her door, introducing yourself, and checking in on her due to reports of a weirdo leaving creepy notes at local houses in recent weeks. And then remind her, don't worry, I'll keep watching you. Damn it. Back where we started. Welcome to the neighborhood. I noticed your porch. It really brightens the neighborhood. ######. Your neighbor on the corner. That's friendly. I drive by your house every day is unsettling. I don't think this is necessarily a fuck up. At least the way you write it. It would appear that you're just trying to make friends in a new place and weren't initially. Considering how your tactics could be construed by neighbors. There are endless possible reasons why that person hasn't responded. Many of which likely have little to nothing to do with you directly. So, reaching out to try to make friends? Not a fuck up. There could be a fuck up down the line though. If for some reason you're not able to accept that when you reach out to strangers they have every right to decline further interaction, and that they don't even owe you an explanation for their lack of response. That being said, I know how hard it can be to make friends as an adult and hope you find some soon. You should go buy a hammer and leave it on the porch with a note that says, "Sorry for my other note. Here's a hammer. One of these days when I'm driving past your house I'll use it to make sure all the boards on your porch are nice and secure." It shows you are a handyman and worry about others' safety. Doesn't saying, your neighbor on the corner, clarify it enough for her to understand why you drive by every day? I don't think this is creepy. When I was younger, anytime a new neighbor would move in, my mom would anonymously send over a pizza. I've had people leave notes on our door about front steps about things we've had on our lawn. Someone left a 6-pack once with a note. It's cool and I wish they left contact info so we could have said thanks. I don't think I'd ever take up an offer to hang out though. Don't be discouraged. They probably appreciate the gesture but don't feel comfortable taking it any further. Bruh, you didn't need to add the detail about driving by their house every day. You could have just said, "Hello, I live nearby, and I noticed your awesome porch. It really brightens up the neighborhood. I'd like to offer you a drink. If you're down, call me at #####. Your neighbor. Name. Quote. SMH op. I am honestly laughing my ass off on how you started the note, skull. OMG. I feel you on this. I moved to a neighborhood in end of 2020. Mostly just short polite convos with all the neighbors. For the holidays, I decided to spread some holiday cheer and got each of my 2 across, 2 beside me, neighbors a box of cookies and a handwritten card. Was able to see 3 of them, but I waited a couple weeks to catch the neighbor across the way. Since her house has really high fences. Finally, almost halfway into January, I saw her walking outside. I was so excited, grabbed the box of cookies and card and ran outside, and blurted out, "I've been watching to see when you'd open your garage door because I know you're an early bird." 2. Sigh. Haven't seen her since. I've moved on. Clearly. Upside down face. Honestly, I'd never accept anything left on my porch. I am a bit paranoid though, especially after that guy poisoned his neighbors with Coca-Cola or something. It was on Forensic Files. Found article. In my experience, most girls will find this creepy at worst. Or cringy at the very least. A lot of well-intentioned guys don't realize that very few girls will be flattered by this. In today's world, she might be concerned that the seltzer has been tampered with, or has been adulterated in some way, or she may feel that you are stalking or watching her, even though your note seems harmless. Many girls have experienced unwanted attention in their lives, and she may misunderstand your intentions. If she lives in your neighborhood or development, just running into her at some point is very likely, at which point you can talk to her and see if there is any mutual interest. Even for you, the single fact that she is single doesn't mean that you will necessarily be attracted to her. Where did you find a 6-pack of High Noons? I've only ever seen 4 and 8 packs. There was a house in the neighborhood that went all out with amazing Star Wars blow-ups for the holidays. My 7-year-old niece and I would drive by and get out and walk around the front yard to check out all the decorations. On Christmas Eve, I thought it would be nice to secretly drop off a holiday card in their mailbox. I wrote a nice holiday message and signed it, "Your neighbors." But I pulled up and the husband was outside in the yard, and looked at me like a weirdo that I was at their house. Since I felt like at that point it would be weird to just drop something off in their mailbox, I just handed him the card and mumbled a hello and an awkward, "I love your decorations. Thanks," and he was all, "Oh, thanks," and then I drove away. I mean, you gotta clear the air, so should run into her spontaneously. Of course you can't do that without knowing her schedule, and best to have an idea of her interests for good conversation topics. Know her kids' names and birthdays for having a thoughtful gift ready. Some people are just not interested in being friends. Especially parents, they're too busy. I feel like this would only be a fuck up if she turned out to be a recovering alcoholic. Anxiety's a bitch. You're fine, of course you drive by and you left a nice neighbor gift. Luckily you brought High Noons. She's definitely would have thought you were creepy had you brought Bud Light seltzers. If they found that creepy, that's on them. I mean, at the end of the day, if I'm a single woman living alone, especially in a house without shared walls, I would be on a high alert by this. Nothing personal, but watch enough true crime, and this can be friendly or a way to lure a potential victim into dropping a guard. That's just life as a woman. Our mind has to go there for safety.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.